What's up, everybody? It's your boy J-Rocks, hitting you with another episode of that vlog live. To let you guys know, our sponsor is Angel City Beer. You could get it at your Angel City Brewery or participating 7-Elevens. Now that we got that out the way, I'll put the link down below where you can find your nearest local 7-Eleven. Huh? Oh, what's up? The audience might get confused. Alright, check it out, viewers. If it's participating 7-Eleven, that means it's not at your local 7-Eleven. Some are gonna have it, some are not. This is a Southern Cali bar, so it might be only in the Southern California area. I'm not sure how that works. But if you find these, give them a try. You can find them at $2 for $5 right now, like I just did. So, you know, let's just ride with that right now and crack it open. Yeah, this is not for everybody. This is only for your professional drinkers because it has a very strong, distinct flavor. Kind of bitter. Guess it doesn't have a lot of hops in it, or no, I guess it has extra hops in it because the hops is what makes it more bitter. So yeah, this is the design. Pretty cool. Now enough about beer. You guys came here to talk about books, right? This is what I'm reading right now. Oh no, man! What happened? Yes, guys. The whole complete front cover is torn off. It guess my dog got to it. Wait a minute, I don't have one. So really, what happened here was I ordered this on a website, In Stock Trades. You order hardcover comic books, graphic novels, and so forth. There's the occasional novel there, but it's mainly comics, and there's a few manga. Now this one, there was some type of misprint on it, so they made everybody cut the cover off, return the cover, and they send you a new copy that's not missing that extra page, and you get to keep this old one. So this is, I'm reading the old one right now, and in case you're wondering how the book looks, this is the dust jacket. It's terrible cover. This is just terrible. The back looks pretty cool though. I like this whole thing going on here with this guy. If you're curious about this character, his name's Darkseid, and I heard this is where you would read him. This is where you would start. Now this has a lot of different series. It has like 4 different series going on. One called Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal. Forgot where it says that, but that series is kind of whack, honestly. I was reading it, and then it's about 10 issues of that. Then there's one called The Forever People. It's about 10 issues of that. That one's not that good either. In my opinion, it's kind of dated. Like, it's about teenage superheroes, kind of like X-Men. So a lot of the slang they use and stuff is stuff from the 60s and sounds weird to me. Then you have, so I was like, this book sucks. But then I got to this stuff, the New Gods, and that's pretty good. I was digging that one. And it also has this other one called Mr. Miracle, and there's one more series. Oh, one called The Fourth World right here. So Fourth World and Mr. Miracle I have not read, but I'm reading the New God stuff. There are 10 issues of Fourth World, 10 issues of Forever People, 10 so and so, except Mr. Miracle. That one's 18 issues. Now, the New God stuff is pretty good, and we'll get to it right now. Towards the end of the video, we'll talk a little bit about what I've been reading. Alright, so trip out. I just made a sale right now, and when I make sales, I like to, if I can get it done that day or the next day, I like to get it done immediately, so the quicker it gets there, the quicker I can get my money. You know what I'm saying? So these are the books I just sold. Don't get jealous now, people. Do not get jealous, because I hear about some of y'all, you know, I hear about that whole stack envy thing. Mine's bigger than yours and so forth. Guys, it's not about the size of the stack. I'm selling these right now. I think I sold them for about 25-30 bucks. I'll make you feel good about yourself. I paid about more than that, let's just say that. But you know, I'm trying to make some space, you know, sometimes you gotta cut your losses. If you know you're not gonna read shit again, why have it there taking up space when you could put other books that are coming in? Because I constantly got books coming in, constantly got books coming out. See what I'm saying? I'm becoming, I guess I'll still say I'm a collector, but I'm becoming sort of a reader in a way, like where I just read it, get rid of it, get something else, read it, and I don't hold on to stuff as much anymore. Only certain titles like X-Men, Hellboy, stuff like that. Also because I don't have like a big place where I have like a lot of room for stuff. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me show you guys how you package this stuff, because there's some assholes out there, and you know who you are, that don't give a fuck about your books. When they sell you something, they just throw it in a box and out it goes, or in a bubble wrap no envelope, out it goes, and you get your shit all jacked up. We all know the post office. Some of them are more careful with your stuff than others, so it's always better to play it safe and package things accordingly how you would want to receive a package. All right, so let's give a little quick tutorial on all that right now, and I just get to take a trip with me to the local post office. None of us have seen one of those, right? This regular Diamond Comics distributor comic shop box. This is you get these type of boxes from in stock. If not, you could buy some at the post office. Put some newspaper here. You could put styrofoam peanuts, bubble wrap, whatever you want. I went with these because this is what I had right now. I vary it up depending on what I have. Right now I had a lot of this, so I used some of this. Make sure you cover the corners, and I put some under too. You don't need to put some under, but I like to put some paper under, sometimes even some styrofoam. I save a lot of, like, if I get a box of with those styrofoam peanuts, I'll save it so I could use it for this type of stuff. We all hate them, but it does help protect your books. Okay, here we have the Forever People issue 1. This is by Jack Kirby, and it's written and drawn by him. They're kind of like some motorcycle guys from the future. They're kind of hippie looking. This is 1971. So this would be the teenage group in his universe he's starting to create. Whenever you're dealing with a teenage team, the problem you run into with that is it can get dated quick. It could be outdated fast because you're gonna want them talking like the current slang and so forth. So it's very like 70s, the words they use, as opposed to a grown-up team that seem outdated. It holds up. Here it starts off. They have this thing called the boom box, I believe. Here you see I'm going through it. The motion, you really see the motion as the thing's growing. Looks pretty cool. See it getting bigger, like something's going through it. See how it does the lines longer and longer each time. So you see it coming like towards you. So that was pretty cool. And then typical Jack Kirby, if you notice, always on the second page, he does a spread page like this. Now since this book is so chunky, you get a lot of gutter loss right there. You know, you see them on some type of futuristic motorcycle thing. They have wacky looking costumes. I'm not feeling the way they speak. I'm not feeling the costumes. Now this title is a lot more about like these teenagers getting accustomed to this new world, and there's kind of like they're figuring out how to blend in with the people from this world, with the regular humans, finding an apartment, how will they make money. It's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me sort of like when you're transitioning to college, you're moving away from home, you gotta get yourself a refrigerator, plates, and you know you're barely establishing yourself and you're starting off your own path. This is very much like that. It's not big on it has some action and stuff, of course. It's a superhero comic, but you get this like what's going on in their life. At least that's what I got from these first few issues. This box. I think that's the box that teleports them. It opens up that portal. So this, so you could get an idea of the art. They're looking for this girl that got kidnapped. That's also part of their squad. Her name is Beautiful Dreamer, and they're trying to find her. Darkseid, he makes his first appearance here, and obviously he kidnapped her, or he sent some people to kidnap her. They're like mobsters, kind of. They're regular humans. They don't have superpowers. It's very weird because they don't question that they're working like for an alien from another planet or what his motives are. Let's see if we find a page with him. See, here are those guys. Some shady characters. Here, if you read this, they're obviously they're working for a terrorist, kind of. And he's trying to smuggle weapons and stuff, and he's paying them to do it. So that's kind of how that's the feel I got from it. But of course, it's Darkseid, so he's working from another planet, trying to take over Earth. It's kind of like terrorists from another country trying to invade America type of situation. The story was so-so, but it wasn't like that great. It was okay. It had its moments. You have Darkseid. There's the dialogue and the goofy costumes. The teenager characters really. It wasn't not so much the story as it was the characters. I think that they just didn't grab me. I read the first 3 issues and they just couldn't keep my attention. I was like, man, I go, don't tell me the whole book's gonna be like this. But on some, it has 4 series going on at the same time on here, and this one just didn't grab my attention too much. And this guy, they're kind of like the Planeteers, if you've heard of them. When those four teenagers get in trouble or whatever, they summon this this guy is like a superhero that shows up and he's all unstoppable. Like he's just smashing on all the villains. It's kind of like Captain Planet when the Planeteers call him. So whenever they get themselves in trouble, they don't have like too much superpowers. They call upon this guy. He comes in and just saves the day all the time. He's even, I think, more stronger than Superman. He has a very like Galactus type of look to him, in my opinion. And I mean, Jack Kirby did create both, so he's reminiscent of Galactus to me. Here's their teammate, Beautiful Dreamer. And you see here's Superman. It's interesting because I don't read Superman comics, so I'm not like I know the character, but I don't know what his thing is in his stories or whatever, like what his tropes or whatever. So here we have this guy. He's the heavyweight champion of the world, and Clark Kent tells him, "Why are you so upset? This and that." He goes, "Everybody's talking about how I'm the greatest in the world and this and that, and you know when you're the champion, you're the best at what you do. You're competitive. That's why you got to where you're at." And he's saying, "I need to fight Superman because he's the most powerful. He's the strongest guy. He's beating up criminals all the time. Because I feel I need to box him to feel like I'm actually the champion. I need to beat the best, to be the best." Yeah, that's the end of that issue. Here's where I thought it really shined was with this title, The New Gods. I also read the first three issues of New Gods. This one I was digging. I was digging it a lot more than the... Has the cover to it? I was digging it a lot more than the first. Pretty good. Look, here's the start of it. You get an idea of the art. And a lot of stuff going down here. Look at all the... A lot of action. Some people don't like the inks they use here. I'm digging the inks they use on Jack Kirby's art. Gives you a little synopsis of what's going on in this world. Epilogue. All the old gods died and we got new gods coming in. So something happened to the planets or whatever you see here. You see big war or whatever. Is the main character. His name is Orion. Orion or Orion. I call him Orion. Yeah, a little skateboard type thing going on. A hovercraft. Hover skateboard. You see the two planets. Now, these two planets are completely opposite. One is called New Genesis, one's called Apocalypse. So Apocalypse is all death, it's all beat up, it's like the ghetto. And New Genesis is like Beverly Hills, you know, is a nicer area. Huh, surprisingly, in this one, oh yeah, I did the second page. So anyways, let's focus on the art a little bit more. Like I said, I'm kind of digging it. What I mean kind of is Jack Kirby, of course I'm digging it. But I'm talking more about like what he's doing with it, like what the world building. This has a lot of world building because you're not on Earth, so you gotta find out all the new laws and how everything works in this other planet. You slowly see it develop the laws and beliefs of the people, and you also see the characters move along. I mean, I'm on issue 3, but we get some interesting stuff. Obviously, spoiler for a book that's like 100 years old. Here, what's a trip? This guy Orion, he lives in New Genesis and he wants to go to Apocalypse to attack Darkseid. So it gets interesting here. It gets very interesting because he goes to attack Apocalypse and you find out Darkseid is his father, and he doesn't know this though. So that's a big reveal, guys. When he finds out, it gets interesting. You get into the book, you're like, oh shit, like his mortal enemy he's going after is kind of like that moment where Darth Vader tells Luke Skywalker, "I'm your father." You get that going here, and this is in the 70s. I believe this came out before Star Wars. So you know, just throwing that out there, food for thought. You know, just saying, just saying. I already forgot this. Oh, Lucas. Real nice art. This Apocalypse is all jacked up, smoke, smog everywhere, all polluted. No light, no grass, like no life, no trees. Imagine how fucked up this world would look with no trees and no water, no greenery. Man, that would be a sad, sad situation. Look at the people that are like just miserable. Like this panel, it really showcases what the feel for over there is. And here they have big statues of Darkseid, kind of like their oppressor, like when Saddam Hussein has like big statues in Iraq and all that. It's very reminiscent of that. Like this is the third world country that's all jacked up, and they're coming from a nice first world country. Yeah, but right now this one's really interesting. I'm digging it. Like I told you, I got that reveal going, and where it's only gonna get better. I hear it's really good. I always say the New Gods is a good. Jimmy Olsen and the Forever People were kind of a pass for me. They were too campy, I guess. Like too, I don't know. They weren't completely kiddie, but they were a little kiddie. I think it was more that they were outdated than it was kiddie. Look at that panel. That shit looks tight right there too. You know what I really like? I don't know who the letter is. I gotta check on this. I really like the lettering on this. It makes it like very easy to read. The letters are simplistic and they're pretty big. So it looks like there's a lot of word bubbles, but the letters are big, so there's not a lot of like dialogue. You know what I mean? It's like, oh look, half the panel is word bubbles, but it doesn't have a lot of writing. Like some there's big, and I really like that. I felt like I was breezing through it, and it made it a lot easier to read, in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna leave it right there. So I think you got the gist of what this is about. It's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna finish it off as 10 issues of New Gods, and 10 of issues of the Fourth World. So I'm gonna finish this one and do the Fourth World as well. All right, you guys already know what's up. Hit that subscribe button. Leave your comments on the bottom if you've read this before, because they had a previous one. It was 4 books: the Fourth World, the New Gods, and so forth, right? And here they put all of them into one book. So if you have this, let me know how do you like it. I feel it's a little bit too big. I think I'd probably rather have the 4 books, but I think it's cheaper if you buy this big one. I think that's why people get this one. But yeah, if you read these, which one was your favorite out of the bunch, out of the 4 titles? I haven't. You know what? I forgot. There's one more called Mr. Miracle. I haven't got around to that one yet, but that one I'm interested in too. I've always liked the look of the character. I don't know anything about him, but I've always liked his costume. Alright guys, so you know what's up. Hit me up on my social media. I got my links down below. And don't forget to hit that like button. I heard it helps the video. Okay, so I'll just check you guys out next time.